Hello Year 3, welcome to Monday's literacy lesson. We're going to start off with our spelling this morning. Here are the words we are going to look at this week. So we've got treasure, measure, pleasure, enclosure, closure, fissure, composure, pressure, exposure and leisure. Now all of our words, if you can see, end in S-U-R-E. And if we just looked at this word on its own, we would say sure. But in these words, they make the j sound. So we've got treasure, measure, measure. Okay? So for your first activity, I would like you to find our spelling words in the word search. And if you wanted to, there is also a to-do on Purple Mash. And this is what the logo of it looks like, so you know what to click on. So pause the video and complete that now. For the next part of our lesson, we are going to look at a diary entry. Can you remember any of the features of a diary entry? We have written some before in class, but I wonder if you can remember any of these. Okay, so a diary entry includes the date and sometimes the time. It is written in the first person and it uses pronouns such as I, me, my, we, us and our. A diary entry is written in the past tense for the main events. It includes an introduction to set the scene. It tells the events in chronological order, so that's the order that they happen in. And it also talks about personal emotions and feelings, so that when the person who is writing the diary entry looks back on the diary, they know how they felt on that day. So we're going to have a look at an example of a diary entry today, written by a hedgehog called Max. And it's about his day when he finds out about how dangerous it is crossing the road for hedgehogs. So let's have a look at the example. So we can see it was written on the 19th of September. Well, today I found out what a dangerous place the world can really be for hedgehogs. It all started this morning when my sisters and I walked up to Ma and Pa when they were talking. Ma heard us coming. Shh, I heard her say to Pa as we approached. Well, of course, that made me feel suspicious, and so I asked what they had been talking about. At first, Ma tried to tell me it was nothing, but I am a determined little hedgehog, so I persisted. You wouldn't be talking about nothing, or there wouldn't be any point in talking. Pa told me off for being cheeky, and said I should mind my own business. It was at that point that Ma persuaded him to tell us. Pa went all serious. He told us all to listen carefully to him. My sisters and I did just that. We hung on to his every word. I could see the terror in my sister Petunia's eyes, but I don't think I felt particularly afraid. More than anything, I felt curious. He told us about how hedgehogs, like us, can be injured or even killed crossing the road. It was a little shocking, I suppose, but I just kept puzzling over why humans can cross the road and not get killed. Pa said he didn't think they did. After hearing all Pa had to say, I went off on my own for a really long think. I resolved to find out how it could be that humans managed to cross the road safely. Okay, so in your home learning pack, you have a list of the features, and I would like you to colour code the example of the diary entry. Okay, so there's a different colour for each feature. If you don't have these colours, you can choose different ones and just change them. So let's look at the first paragraph together. Okay, so the first thing we've got is it is written in the first person. Now I can see lots of examples of first person pronouns. So we've got I, me. Okay, so I colour coded those in green. I can also see that the diary is written in past tense for the main event. Okay, so started. Remember, we've got ed on a verb that tells us it's written in the past tense. Heard, asked, had been talking about, persisted. Okay, so any examples you see in the rest of the pack, they can be read. The first sentence of the diary entry. Okay, well, today I found out about what a dangerous place the world can really be for hedgehogs. That sets the scene for us. It tells us what this diary entry is going to be about. And it goes on in the second sentence and says, "It all started this morning when my sisters and I walked up to Ma and Pa when they were talking." So when Max looks back on his diary entry, if he reads the first two sentences, he will know exactly what this diary entry is about. We can also see that it's written in chronological order. So it starts with what happened first in the morning and then it moves on to the rest of the events throughout the day. And it also talks about Max's feelings. Okay, in this paragraph, it tells us that he felt suspicious. And I know in the rest of the diary entry, there are lots more examples of how Max is feeling. So I'd like you now to have a look at the rest of the diary entry and colour code the rest of the features. Okay, so make sure that you do this because tomorrow we're going to be looking at diary entries again and writing our own.